Good morning. Have you ever had a candied sweet potato? These candied carrots are as good, if not better, than any sweet potato you ever eat candied. I'm going to take these from this to this. I canned these last year, and as you can tell, the color is still really, really good on them. And we are going to get these all cleaned up. I'm using my vegetable peeler and just taking the top off of it. Let me turn this light on so we can see. And cutting the ends, making sure there's no flaws, putting them over here so I can wash them and chunk them here in a little bit. But I got these carrots down at the Sam's, and they have the huge big bags of them. So you have nice carrots to be able to clean and put away. My carrots didn't turn out very well this year. And I think I planted them too close and I didn't plant enough, and they're just not going to fill out right. So therefore, my buddy Greg Calloway, if you planted carrots, you did better than I did. I sure did enjoy seeing your vegetables that you picked the other day. I picked a few out of mine and canned some green beans, but you sure did have some pretty stuff. And it's good to see that there's other people that love to garden as much as I do. And I also see where there is others on the internet that I graduated high school with that are still gardening. So anyway, I've got a lot here to clean, and I've got a lot here to get ready, so I'll get back with y'all when I get down to where we are fixing to start chunking these up and putting them in jars. All right, stay with me. We've got everything scraped and cleaned. Now we start with cutting up. We're going to take about this much, and we're going to cut it and get it to where it's the size to go in the jar. Whenever the hot water that we're going to get boiling hot to pour over them, because we're cold packing them, it's going to shrink these carrots just a little bit, but that pressure canner is going to shrink them a lot. So you want to cut a pretty good chunk, because you don't want to have just a little bitty bit and then you end up, it all cooks to pieces and you don't have any carrots in your jar. So we are going to cut these up. I'm hoping that y'all have pretty weather today. We have a little bit of an overcast. We had a lot of storms night before last. So the gardens are doing real well because we're not having to water them. Of course, this is vacation time and kids are all vacationing and doing, so we don't have a lot of traffic here at the house of going to get kids and doing. But I'm going to go ahead and cut these up, and I'll get back with you when we start filling jars. Okay? Everything is chopped up. And now is whenever we get our canner and we begin to fill it. You want to make sure there's nothing in it. See that little old white piece of styrofoam out of my box? But we make sure there's nothing in it and it's cleaned out. And we're going to put some water in it. Oh, about up to right here. And that way we know that our water's not going to go out before our cans are finished. But we're going to go 25 minutes in it. I'm fixing to get my jars and we're going to fill them and get them done. Well, I see that Amazon just came. So we've got a box out front. And we're going to take, and let me get all of this cleaned out and throw it away, my peelings and stuff. I wish we had some pigs or chickens or something that we could give this to, but we don't have any animals. Our HOA won't let us have animals here, so we are stuck with having to throw this in the garbage. But and then your garbage truck only runs once a week, so you've got to be able to put it somewhere where it's cool with all this heat, or you really get a smell. But we are going to get started here in just a second. So I'm going to turn you off just a minute and get back with you whenever we fill these jars, because I've still got to wash my hands and get things cleaned up right here in this corner. We have our jars ready. We are going to pack these down, but we cannot get anything further than that ring, because it has to be where it can have a little bit of a breath. That one's got a little scratch on the top and I can't use it. If you have any blemishes around the rim of your jar, you cannot use it, because it will never seal and you will have wasted everything that you have tried to accomplish. So do not use something that has got a little bitty crack or a little bitty piece of glass missing or something like that. I like mine packed down. And we will get all of this in here. Everybody's getting a roof around here. We had a big storm back in the last part of May, first part of May, I guess, last of April. And it hailed. I think I shared some pictures on my Facebook. The hail looked like snow on the ground. I mean, and the water, it was just pitiful. And even the houses that are only like 4 years old, they had to have all new roofs out here. So we've had a lot of beating and banging and a bunch of heavy traffic. This should give us a pretty fair amount of carrots, hopefully, that we won't have to go back and get us another couple of bags. We do love these things. You can use them, of which it's another video for me to do the candy in, but just like you would a candied sweet potato, you can do the carrots the same way for the holidays. You can put them in your soup if you want to add to homemade vegetable soup. You can't put them in salads, of course, but you can do other things with them. I don't know if anybody has any good ideas. I've never, you know how you make a sweet potato pie? I've never made a carrot pie. I don't know whether it would be good or not. I wouldn't know whether, I wouldn't think you could use them. Maybe you could in a carrot cake. I don't know Hold on, let me get some more jars. It'll take me just a second. I don't know how many of these we're going to end up with, but we should have a pretty good many here. Let's see, 3, 6, 9. This is going to be 12. See there, I did learn something in school. And looks like we might have about 15 jars. And that's good. We'll have to wash that one. That's a big one. But I'll have to research that and see exactly what you can put all of this in. I've never done that, so I don't know. But I do know that to take and put butter in the bottom of your wrought iron skillet and put these, drain these and put them over in there and let them brown real good, and then come back, put a bunch of white sugar over the top of it, granulated sugar, and salt and pepper, and then pour water over it. It will candy it right down. Let me grab 2 more. I'm going to tell you, Ball and Kerr make a mint off of me, because there's always something new to put in a jar. So I have a bunch of quarts and pints, and I even have some half gallons and gallons. So I'm gonna, as the old saying goes, rob Peter to pay Paul here and try to get me a full jar out of it. Well, that's close enough. Okay, 4, 8, 12, 16, 17 jars. So that's a good many to put in there. I can hold 20 in my canner. Okay. Let's see if we can't get that cleaned out and put up out of the way. So now we are going to take and put a half a teaspoon of canning salt into our jars. And it don't have to be perfect, but it gives that salt to it that will help to keep it. Just don't overdo it. Just a half a teaspoon, don't go more. You can go a little less because you're going to add some when you cook. But don't go over, because if you do, then it'll be too salty. If you're doing quarts, you'd be doing a teaspoonful. But as just pints, we do a half. I've got my water boiled, and I'm fixing to pour. I'll split those two. Okay. Now, we're gonna pour our water up to the rim. just up to the rim. Ah, too much. Get it all poured up here. I'm gonna have to heat some more water. But while it's heating, I can go ahead and put the rings and lids on these. I've got the rings and lids over here soaking in hot water. And I think that'll be enough to do all of it. And we will get these cleaned. Get you a little damp rag. Make sure it's clean. Go around your edge. Those are not real hot, but it's warm. And then we have 25 minutes of it. So this is what I'm going to be doing here for the next few. Lay that down. Those are pretty. And they are going to be tasty. Okay. So I'm going to get these done right quick. Okay. We have all of our stuff in our canner. And our cans are not wanting to set up there right. But anyway, we've got our cans in there. So I am fixing to put the lid on. And like I've said a couple of times, we're going to bring it up to 10 on the pressure. And then we are going to let it set for 25 minutes on 10 pounds of pressure. And then we'll turn it off. Line it up. Get it on there. I have this to put on whenever the steam starts coming out of here, and then it'll start bringing the pressure up. So we'll let it go for a minute. Okay, our timer has went off. The pressure's down. And we are going to take, remember, always turn it away from you for the steam. Never turn it towards you. Oh, those are pretty. There's what they look like. Now the water will settle. Remember, the carrots will settle to the bottom and the water will come up around them. But they are going to be so pretty. Oh, that is going to be some good eating this winter. All right. Y'all have a good day. I hope you enjoyed the video. And make sure next time, whenever we get ready for the fall, we'll show you how to candy them. Bye.